Hey, g'day everyone, Skarvig here. I'm going to do a quick episode on how to either skip the missions or bypass the missions altogether. What I'll do is I'll basically show how you do it and what commands you need to use, and from there we'll then go on to basically my thoughts on the missions themselves. Right, so here we are, we're in a mission. It's basically a gliding through a canyon mission. I don't really think there's anything I could find interesting about this particular mission. So you need admin commands, or you need to be playing single player so you can access your cheats. And when I find it, basically it's admin cheat, force complete active mission 0. And I'll link that on the screen nice and big so people can read it, and probably even put it down in the description. When you activate that command, it immediately completes with success the mission that you were doing. And as a result, I've bypassed that individual mission, which when we get down into our list, we can go down to the slide and glide. It is complete. Alright, so here we are basically in the Rockwell chamber with his heart, and this is basically the final mission for the Rockwell terminal. You need to basically have completed a certain number of missions before you can actually do these. And of course you need the mutagel requirements. Now what you can actually do is there is another command that allows you to bypass this. I'll put the thing up on the screen so that you can actually see what the command is, but it's basically admin cheat debug allow VR mission teleport, and it enables you to basically do the boss fight. It worked on Genesis 1 and I believe it should work on Genesis 2. Skips the missions and allows you to basically do these fights. You'll still need to have the mutagen on you to actually launch those individual difficulties, however. But otherwise, that's basically how you overcome the missions and access the boss fights. This is obviously only possible if you're playing, say, single player where you natively have the cheats enabled, or you are actually on a server where you're an admin, or you've been given admin privileges so that you can actually run these cheats. Otherwise, you're stuck doing the missions, and yeah, that's how you're going to have to do it. So, well, there you have it. Basically, that's how I've managed to skip some of the missions that I don't particularly like. And really, I guess I'll leave my thoughts here on the end, so that if you're not interested in hearing my thoughts on the missions as opposed to just wanting to know the commands, you can finish up here. But I feel that they really let themselves down with Genesis and Genesis 2 in the way that they structured these missions. In this particular one, where you get taken off into a nice little instanced world where you can do things, they could have set up some very, very constructive cave-like things. When you think of, say, the island, where every single boss had 3 cave runs that you needed to do to pick up an artifact so that you could access the boss. And it was essentially a dungeon crawl that you would take specific creatures that were relevant to that one. So there was like the swamp cave where you would need a smaller creature, like something like a baryonyx, where it would be ignored by the leeches and whatnot. And you had to take in gear like the scuba gear or the gas mask to basically prevent yourself from suffocating. The lava cave, where it was a very, very hot environment and you needed to jump over very specific crevices to get through, and so on and so forth. And they were much better in my mind than what they've actually done with these missions, and they could have done that with these missions. You end up with these small little worlds that they could have created and given a lot of thought into basically how they wanted people to use very different gear within the game, instead of pigeonholing them into these gimmicks essentially, and these little missions where you'd be expecting to play it on a console on your TV, as opposed to actually playing a computer game of this type, being a survival game. But that's my thoughts at the end of the day. And I really would have loved to have seen cave runs with a mission at the end of it, and whether that be an artifact or a boss that then came back into the real world for a better use. And then there's the fact that the items you actually get off the back of these missions are actually quite rubbish so far, and I do wonder if that's going to change. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are of the missions down in the comments below. Let me know even if you do like them, which one's your favourite, least favourite, and all the rest of it. But at this stage, I'm just not a fan. Don't love the sound of that nice guy. Anyway, thanks for listening in. Hopefully you found the commands useful, and yeah, catch you in the next one.